Hi, welcome to Afterwards. I hope that things are well on your end of the rainbow. If you're new here, here's the deal. I come in three flavors: real, raw, and ridiculous. Not every therapist is a healer, not every healer is a clinician, and not every clinician will minister to your soul. I hope that whatever messages present themselves is the guidance that you seek. What's going on? Okay, that came out twice. Second house, values, finance, aesthetics, beauty, voice, the value of voice, of beauty, appreciation. Okay, so let's talk about appreciation. Tell me more about appreciation. Last quarter moon. Okay, did you not feel appreciated at some point? Do you actually feel like you're like it's almost like somebody, like a solution focused question. If you waved a magic wand and your life looked exactly how you wanted it to, what does that look like? And yet here you are in the middle of it and you're like, yo, did I forget to count my blessings, or did I realize I'm too fucking humble because the stuff that I just came through? And I mean, some of you came through something, like was literally in the middle of the eye of the storm. Shit was flying all types of crazy around you. I mean, like anything you could think of. And, oh, I got a message. Hold on. Let me make sure that's accurate before I say that. I had a dream about this like 5 days ago. That there was this person, and I kept saying green, green, green. I was looking him square in the eyes, and I kept saying green. There was so much shit happening around the both of us, but we were locked in. We were eye to eye, face to face, and I just kept saying green. It's green. They were green. It's green. Like, did you need a green light? Like, if there's a green light, okay? Oh shit. Oh snap. Okay. I don't know who you've been dreaming about, right? But if you've had more than 3 dreams with this person, this is a green light. This is the one. When you flirt with somebody else via text message, but then they pop up in mine, that's the green light. Okay, values, appreciation. Okay, you're not appreciating the person who truly wants to value you because the last thing you dealt with, that wasn't there. Ooh, that was specific. I don't know your life. Full moon. Ooh, okay, so whoever you are, wherever you are, it's time for you to know what love is in a healthy manner. Also, it's also time for you to appreciate who you are, to value who you are, to recognize your own beauty, to see your own worth, right? But really to speak up for yourself more. Yup. Saturn, discipline, hard lessons learned. You completed that rough ass cycle. So some of you might believe, oh, it was my twin flame. No, I'm talking to somebody specifically who was with a karmic, with a real life karmic. I mean, like, came in and really shattered your perspective about who you were. It's almost like you couldn't even identify those things and you had to heal through that. You actually ended up having to walk away from the individual, really for the world to open up to you, because for some reason, my sweet, beautiful souls, especially you highly sensitive personalities with beautiful empathic qualities, you attract predators. I can relate to that, right? I used to counsel the criminally insane, but I grew up around criminals, right? So it's kind of natural for me to recognize, like, let me navigate these personalities, right? Hard lesson learned, but it's over now. Makes a lot of sense, right? Scorpio moon is coming, right? So that makes a lot of sense, right? Psychological transformation, death, rebirth, taxes. I mean, like literally, the first card out was the second house affiliated with Taurus, ruled by Venus, right? The love of you, the love of your life. What you thought was the love of your life last go around was not, right? But you did learn to love you, to place value on you, to see the beauty within you, to honor your voice, right? I keep hearing honor your voice. Like, people love your voice. You're somebody who, I don't know, maybe you got shut down too many times whenever you tried to speak, or when you spoke something that was real but people were not validating it, right? And so it made you question yourself, like, okay, maybe they right, or wrong. Your mental health is fine. It was always fine. Okay, but when you're around people and you don't know how to identify manipulators, That sounds like that last quarter, right? When you don't know how to, when somebody's when they've already, not even identify, right? When someone has, I don't know, I get like that vision of when a robot like do 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 do, and then they zone in on you and they start breaking you down, so they know what to like. They know like, okay, this the one, right? Because some of you were literally out of that person's league, and it was just some type of values conflict, right? You wanted to love them, you wanted them to love you. You put more love into them than you put the love into you, and they gave you the bare minimum. But you now know you're worth so much more. Your self-worth just increased significantly, and that is different for you, right? I mean, today you're confident, you do what you do, but way back when, maybe that was not the deal. Maybe it was hard for you to really express your self-worth in a way where you could honestly believe it. And it's a cool thing that like that cycle is complete, right? You've done the hard work. Saturn is also affiliated with Capricorn. Capricorns are hard workers, but you're taking your life more seriously now, right? You're taking the outcomes more seriously now. You take who comes towards you more seriously now. So, anytime you've got Saturn in your shit, especially when you got finances and beauty and things like that, like there's this level of like, you can't go back to that. You literally cannot go back to that, right? That whole cycle is complete, and a lot needed to come forward for you to recognize who you are and what you're about, right? So I'm talking to somebody who finally realizes who the fuck they are. I mean, like real life. Like, not only are you a vibe, but like you are real life, that bitch or that dude. That is not a negative, okay? I'm not saying you're that bitch, like, because there's some of them running around. I'm saying like, wow, you're a powerhouse. Wow, you have achieved more than some people will ever even consider in their imagination. But because you were in a place where people didn't see your value, they didn't celebrate you, they didn't honor you. Now the right people are coming in and they're giving you that, right? You got people pouring into you. You don't have to work as hard because that Taurus is ruled by the Venus. That second house attracts in finances. It highlights beauty. It gives voice. It is all about values. You are finally seeing your self-worth. You are finally getting the value out of it, right? You understand the life. You got the value out of them life lessons. You ain't never doing that shit again. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I should be shuffling, but that needed to come out. That needed to come out. You know what you planning for. Okay, so here's the deal. You learned a lot of lessons last go around, right? Whatever qualities and traits you picked up about that person who didn't really honor you in the way you should be honored, you need to start paying attention to these new people coming in, because you learned enough about those people to recognize who's coming in with good intentions and who's coming in on some whole nother other. Okay, Juno is typically about like proper planning, looking things over, right? I always say, go look at the movie Juno, right? Don't be immature when your feelings is just overwhelmed. Okay, we learned the last go round. I'm not compromising my feelings on this. If you cannot provide X, Y, and Z, then it is not for me. We're not playing with confusion anymore. We're not playing with manipulative qualities. No, ma'am. No, sir. You're going to be more thoughtful about these things and how this person proceeds. Now, you got somebody real clever, real slick. Let me tell you. They are methodical. They are a planner. They see it in you, but they're hoping you don't see it. That's always terrible, right? Why people play so much, man? Say what you feel what you say, speak the fuck up. Okay, so be mindful of that, right? Because I've said this before, and I'm sure there's a collective saying this. Somebody really wants you as a prized possession, so much so maybe you think it's a compliment for a guy to be like, yo, I want to impregnate you. I don't personally think that's a compliment, because it's like, why would you want me to physically go through all of that so I could be next to you? Can we like plant ideas in my mind before we try to plant seeds in my belly? Just personal opinion there, but hey, to each his own. Okay. Or you got an inkling about this person, they're up to something, pay attention to it, because you've just learned lessons. Okay, you can't go backwards. Okay, this is you. Well, you can do whatever you want to do, right? It's really up to you, but this next go around is all about proper planning. Libra, then like partnerships. social relationships. Okay, so like I said, you learned something about relationships. Yeah, the last one, that wasn't it. Okay, but you got some valuable lessons out of it. You know, you learned some really tough lessons. I mean, powerful lessons, right? Really so much so that it really leveled you up psychologically, definitely, right, and emotionally. Okay, but now as you move forward, it's kind of like, okay, what do I need to do to properly plan, evaluate, you know, what are people doing, because this next partnership might be that thing that you're looking for. I'm not sure. You know, it might not even be like a romantic partnership. It could be like a business partnership. Maybe your last cycle, you really did work around people who didn't value what you had to offer, who didn't want to listen to you when you spoke, who really couldn't see how intelligent that you were. Maybe they were blinded by the beauty, right? I mean, there is a psychology to beauty now, right? So maybe you learn some lessons on so many fronts, right? You learn some lessons about finances. You learn some lessons about like when to speak, when not to speak. You learn some lessons about like what happens when you walk in the room. You learn some lessons about maybe keeping some of your brilliant ideas to yourself, right? I don't know your life. But because Juno is there, some proper planning has to occur because maybe there were some missteps at one point. We all do it. You know, we think we've planned it through, and sometimes we just go with the flow and realize like that shit ain't. You can't go with the flow with everything, right? You hit a certain age, ain't no going with the flow. It's strategic thinking from here on out, because when I'm trying to get to a specific place, when I'm trying to sit somewhere, you know, it matters how I get there. Um, okay, and so maybe that means, you know, finding the balance, because Libra is also about like justice, right? And so maybe you need to be more fair to yourself this go round, so that there isn't an imbalance, because at one point there was. You know, but this isn't to leave you in a situation where you're trying to manage the details of your recovery as much as it is this go round. You're well aware of what you're bringing to a scenario, a situation, and what you want from it, right? That's dope. Oh, what fell out? That's too many. Take them. Okay. Okay, lunar eclipse. So yeah. I love that for you. I love that for you. It's about like how much you can love yourself in partnership with possibilities. So somebody is really learning how to date right now, huh? Right? How to explore your options, right? Proper planning around like what's the right option for you. Maybe you've never done that. It's fun, right? Dating is fun. But maybe you're also considering like, you know, your options in something career related as well, right? Because, you know, not every opportunity is the right opportunity, and some opportunities could be life changing. You know, you'd end up doing work that is meaningful and gives you a nice little bag at the same time. Okay, so something to consider. And then the next thing out was, okay, so we had the lunar eclipse, like, hey, all these things are being illuminated and highlighted for you. But then we also got some solar eclipse, right? So there's a lot of things that like you're still healing through, that you know you have to work through it. So it's like that tug, that push and that pull. It's almost like something's being hidden from you, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a you thing, right? You're trying to identify something, like why was that a habit? Why is that a pattern of behavior or a belief, right? So really exploring like what is this automatic thinking that I do? What are these automatic behaviors that I'm engaged in, right? What is happening? Ooh, message. Somebody is planning to come into partnership with you. I mean, like so much so you already have an inkling about this, okay? Because the last person you were with, they weren't it, okay? They drained you financially. They fucked up all your self-esteem, okay? Like they really highlighted for you all of the worst qualities. Like they brought out the worst in you to help you heal it, okay? It's true life, a real life karmic, just blah, right? They turned you inside out spiritually, okay? This next person, they're methodical. They've been watching you. They already know who you are. You already know who they are. But for some reason, there's no communication. Something's being hidden from you. They have to work through something based on something you're doing. Okay, that's a message. Last but not least, 8th house, transformation. So it has everything to do with tonight's new moon. Good luck with that. I see that this next thing, it's real. It's very real, okay? Maybe you prayed for this. Maybe, you know, the thing that's being birthed or about to come into fruition, or A lot of manifestations, right? The things that you wish for, you prayed for. Did you ask for partnership? Did you ask for a person that could demonstrate to you the better version of you, right? But did you also ask to work through some of the things that make you uncomfortable? I get the impression that like you are tired with the discomforting shit. Now you're moving forward in something that is not that, but you also understand that that level up is significant, okay? It's you can't avoid the level up. You could try as you might, but you and I both know complacency doesn't get anybody anywhere, okay? So you are doing the proper planning, but I am really concerned about this person, whoever this person is. It's oh goodness, I just feel for you because it's like they're not, this one is not the one to be played with, okay? This one is serious. They are so serious. And so if you have some tendencies to be immature in your thinking about relationships, let me tell you right now, they are not going to play games with you. They're going to give you the what you need to feel like there is balance, that you can love yourself and love them, and that it's equal. But also they want to plan and build these things with you, right? They want to transform your life. The person, the thing, the job, the career, whatever it is that's coming in, it's going to be transformational on so many levels: financially, physically, psychologically, sexually. Okay? This is beautiful. And I love that for you. I honestly do, because that thing that you just survived, that thing that you got out of, it was terrible. You know, there's some trauma there. It happens. You know, it happens. Look, the bottom of the deck. Attraction. You are attracting things into you right now. Oh, Venus. Venus rules Taurus and Libra, and they are both in your reading. All right, now my all confirming selfie stack. Let's find out what it really is, what it really isn't. All right, so somebody just survived like a really terrible relationship. I think it seems like you're probably fully healed from that now. But as you move into this new thing, you still got some, you still got some mental residue occasionally, right? But emotionally, you really have moved on, right? That chapter is done. Okay, so I have to teach a class in like 4 minutes, 7:30. So yeah. Let me hurry up and be done. I need to hurry up and be done. It's the climb. It's only an obstacle if you commit to feeling that way. Now, didn't I say you can't just sit there because that stagnancy is not working for you? Okay. Everybody doesn't want to hurt you. Some people do want to love you. I'm not sure if you immaturely friend zone someone, or if you thought about it and said, okay, I really don't know you, but I recognize there's attraction. So I want to build, right? That building stage, that planning, that let me discover who you are. And because you trusted your intuition, it's like, damn, they didn't come through. But this go around, you're not sitting in your feelings about it, okay? This go around, you've recognized, okay, that I recognize my self-worth. I value myself. And so thus for, I need to ensure that the next thing is a vibrational match so that we can get to the next level of intimacy. Okay, whatever that is for you. Whatever that is for you. What? Okay. Woo, truth comes to light. Are you afraid of the dark? Okay, so you two really don't know each other. Okay, not only do you not really know each other, right? They got some traits about them, you got some traits about you, but this person wants to share that with you, and you got to be willing to share your ugly with them too, okay? And they get glimpses here and there, but like, if you get into this, because remember I said it was the eye of the storm. In that dream, you were locked in on each other, and I kept hearing green. It's a go, it's a go. So it's already, like you look at emotions as if they're dangerous. Look at it the other way. Sometimes they're enlightening, and they can be so fulfilling. All right, one more. One more. Trying to fit in. Don't get lost in the crowd. Okay. So you know what you did wrong the last time, right? That last cycle. The karmic lessons were learned. So this go round, you can like all of this music that's out there. You can enjoy, all of your friends' experiences, but until you have that for yourself, until you decide for yourself what love should be for you, don't keep looking to everyone else for it, okay? Like as far as like the validation of like, oh, well, he should treat me like this, or I expect this. go out there and learn it for yourself. Figure out what makes you feel good, right? What's a perfect date for you? Take yourself on that perfect date. If you're not comfortable being alone, you're going to have to address that, right? Because you're going to have to strike healthy balance. Whoever's coming in, look, I don't know, you don't know your life. These messages be so freaking random sometimes. This person coming in, they're going to have a life that you might not be used to, but you're going to have to trust them. Because maybe that's something you didn't have in the last relationship because of the intuitive nudges, right? This go around, it's like the trust is there, but you're going to have to have a life outside of them. So if you've never done that before, now's the time to really start becoming disciplined in that area, because you did have Saturn, karmic lessons, but it's also about discipline, hard work, right? This might be the hardest work you've ever done, is being a committed relationship, like a true partnership. That sounds so dope. But remember, it's your relationship. It's not everyone else's. So don't get lost in the crowd trying to fit in and, do things that you see others do. The relationship will be special if you both show up authentically and are honest about what you feel, okay? So last but not least, you are this at the bottom of the deck. You are the secret sauce. Stop shopping for what you possess. And I just say, if you both show up authentically and honestly, to be the best relationship either of you can have, because you are allowed to be yourself. You just have to trust that yourself is enough and you are willing to grow into the best version of you. That's beautiful. That's nice. I feel it, like the anxiety, but it's like, it's not terrible to get with somebody who's going to give you what you deserve. They want to give you what you deserve. Do you want it? Right? Are you willing to work for it? Because it's not going to be like, oh, I showed up one day, you're cute, and I'm going to take care of you. It's like, you continue to take care of yourself, and I want to pour into you. You continue to go after your dreams and your goals, and I'm going to be right there to support you. Make sure you do the same thing for me. You continue to do those things that show me that you are interested in a better version of you, and I know you're going to ensure that I show up as a better version of me. Oh, so sweet. Okay, not every therapist is a healer, not every healer is a clinician, and not every clinician will minister to your soul. You can book your session at tactfuldisruption.com.